What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. Hopefully, you're having an awesome one. I'm dealing with another headache. Surprise, shocker, who knows? But I'm here, ready to go. I've got my shirt in protest of my migraine. So, wait, this way, not today, but yesterday. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Let's say a shout out to our VIP members of Lyles Figure Files: Jamelin Parks, Ryan Daly, Jay Woods, Blake Tarpley, Lefty Two Lions, BK, Tom Finn 2018, MOC Turtle, James Green, David Thanos, Robert Hayes, Lawson Wallace, Henry G. They've been with us for over a year now. Thank you so much, y'all. Doom Customs, bro, Nathan William, DJ No Good, Pixelated Poses, Graham Tuttle, Vince, John Morrissey, Retro Robo, Alan, and Vintage Bob. Thank you all so much for being VIP members of this experience, the Lyles Figure Files show. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate you all. Today was a massive day of deliveries. Got a bunch of stuff. I will show you what I got this week, i.e. today, because it was crazy. I just was watching the UPS, FedEx come through and was like, oh boy, it's like Christmas all over again, or my birthday, which most of this stuff was for. Let's see what's up with everybody in the chat first. What up, David Thanos? How are you? Howdy, Snake Eyes. How you doing? Brian P, super early. Yeah, you were there super early. All About the Village. Yo. Rick Cage, what's going on? G-Brew, I'm saving your comment. I have not played Death Stranding. I did see that they had a figure of that character. I have no context to it whatsoever. What's up, Hank Day? Figure Maniacs. What is up, fam? What's going on with you, Hank Day? Just got the new Mattel LJNs. Let's go. Nice. Lawson Wallace. Greetings. What up, Lawson? Hello, Jeffrey and the Lyles Figure Files crew. How you doing today, my friend? I'm starring yours. Brian P, I did see that they are doing some crazy sales over at Walmart. Let's take a look right now over there at these sales and deals, some of which are really, really like, oh man, I would like that. Let's do that. Let's make that happen here. So let's see here. Let's do that. And yes. So let's do that one. All right. So let's go over. And then like Brian mentioned, they've got all this stuff. If you're a Walmart Plus member, just to convince you this is where you need to go. And it's like, whatever. I mean, this is their Black Friday sales. Gotta assume most of this stuff will be showing up later. But let's see. Jada Street Fighter figures, huge sales. And these are their early access to Black Friday stuff. So you can see Fei Long is a great deal. He's $11. Sagat, a little bit cheaper. And Cammy Blanca, a little bit cheaper. Let's see anybody else, because I know some of this stuff has been selling rapidly. But it looks like maybe Fei Long is the only one now who's still at the sale price that they had just a few hours ago. All right, so that's that. Let's see what's going on the Star Wars front. Black Series. Let's take it there. What do they got going here? Darth Vader, $12.97. That's not bad for the New Hope one. I got him from Target because I was able to get him for a little bit cheaper. The 3-pack, the Magna Guard Super Battle Droid for $45. Definitely not a bad price. Let's see, is there anything else? And the Mandalorian at Target could not get rid of even charging this regular price. I think this is hilarious. This figure, they've had such a hard time selling, and I don't know if he needs to be behind that early access paywall because I don't know if they're going to get many takers anyway. Let's see. Ayla, $20. It's not terrible, and she is an immediate purchase, so you can put her into your cart right now. Of course, some of this other stuff, you're just going to have to do, I have to wait it out until I get my Walmart Plus. Pay for that so I can save on stuff now. The Imperial Officer for $19 isn't bad. But I mean, you can go to any Ross and find the Acolyte figures for way cheaper. Let's see anything else interesting on here. I know I saw the Mandalorian Stormtrooper. Oh, here's R4, $5. Now that's definitely a figure I'm gonna look at and try to grab whenever they kick off their the late access for Walmart stuff. Because that's a really good price. Anything else kind of tempting my eye and my add to cart impulses here? Didn't really look like it. And I do not see that Mandalorian Stormtrooper. I guess he sold out as well. Let's see what's going on the Marvel Legends front. So quick, so fast. All right, let's see. Anything here? Any green? Yes. The Secret Empire Captain America, $18. And let's see. Nothing in particular that's like, oh man, what a great sale. But they still have Ghost Spider or Spirit Spider. So that's cool. Spirit Spider. Yes. Let's see. I don't think there's really anything else for us action figure collectors. Like, all right, what you got? But this thing is the big winner for me here because the guys in the chat were like, check this out. And Sitters is $12.99. Now that one, absolutely, I've got to get for that price. But of course, it's on the early access. So I just have to remember that come the official Black Friday kickoff to this stuff. But that's a great deal. And I think they had a few more things that were kind of like, oh, let's pay attention. Let's make a move on that stuff. And I don't see it, of course, right now. But stay tuned. Looks like Walmart has some good sales. Speaking of people with good sales, let's take a look over at RetroRoboToys.com. Our good friend, sponsor of the show. He has a bunch of stuff on there. And just to remind everybody, he was mentioning to me that there's been a little bit of confusion with the cargo. Very much like Big Bad Toy Store. You buy it, you ship it later, you do the ship later option. They're held until you decide I want them, and then you pay the $10 flat rate shipping. So, you can buy a bunch of stuff, and then bam, the shipping, $5 flat rate, $10 Retro Robo cargo shipping, 75 and up, free shipping. So, I mean, what's that now? You buy 2 Hasbro figures, you basically got that free shipping covered. So, there you go. And then don't forget about the rewards program as well, because you get points for every time you buy something. Even when you check onto the site, you get points. So, stay tuned. Latest arrivals, the Mortal Kombat Classic Raiden Reptile available, the Marvel Legends Cable, which I feel like he's being sold out in a lot of places. You can get him still here, and Logan, Gladiator and Deathbird, Grim Viper is here, Cobra and Jajo Diver, Daredevil from Daredevil Born Again, and Wolverine and Storm. Note that 2-pack price of $49.99, and special for you all, courtesy of Retro Robo Toys. This just got dropped today. The Marvel Legends Hank Pym, Giant Man, and Janet Van Dyne Wasp. Now you'll note this $57.99 price point, which is not what this set cost when it first dropped. Now I appreciate, and I'll talk about this later, that they're putting a bunch of stuff back out that people might have missed. Not so much a fan of them charging today's prices for yesteryear's figures with no changes. I mean, it's like, come on, guys, y'all aren't doing anything different. So this one, you can actually get back closer to that original price point. All you need to do is put pre-order, and there's a code. You're going to put PYM, and that's not Pretty Young Man. That is for Hank Pym. So put in PYM for the code. That way you'll take this down to closer to that original price point. I have it, so I haven't done it myself, but you can do that. Make sure to thank Retro Robo for not jacking up the prices, unlike some other people who are doing this stuff, namely Hasbro. All right, so let's go back into the chat. Let's see. What's up, Rick Cage? Happy holidays. I mean, we're getting there. Not quite at that point yet. We're hosting Thanksgiving, so I'm looking forward to that. No road trip, which also means I can be out on Black Friday and go to my favorite comic book store, Third Eye Comics, see what they've got popping. Maybe I'll go to their midnight sale. We'll see. Hank Day hopes McFarlane does a Silver Age Wonder Woman. That would be cool. Lawson, I pre-ordered Giant Man and Wasp 2-pack from Retro Robo Toys today. I got this 2-pack before, but wanted another as I like it so well. Both figures are great. Absolutely. when I'm trying to remember, was that just last year that that came out? I guess so, because I had it right when the Giant Man HasLab dropped. But it's one of those sets that's so cool. Both figures are good. Sometimes it's like, well, this one's the real winner of the 2-pack. But that one, both are really well done. I know there was a lot of griping, grumbling, complaining. These should have been the tiers for the HasLab Giant Man. No disagreeing with that. We do have the figures, and I think they did a really nice job on them. Some really fun extras, and I'm really happy that everyone gets another shot at these figures. Jibber, I'm starring your comment to go to later. Ditto you, Austin. And Austin. All right, so let me see here. What up, King Collector? The King is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, Royalty? How are you tonight? Omega 579. Hey, what's happening? What's up with you, man? Steak juice. I am saving your comment as well. What's up, Retro Robo? How you doing? Joe Dye, I am saving yours as well. King Collector wants to know, Retro, are you getting any more demolition figures in? Here comes the axe, and here comes the smasher. Oh, let's see. They sold really well, so probably good news. What up, Hank Day? Joe Dye, what's going on? How are you? What happened to my man? The migraines are like, we're here to stay. And I've tried so hard. I did all this stuff. I did the nasal flush, took some Excedrin. I thought I was set for tonight, but no, it's just like, we're still here. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts. And just imagine this is a lantern. Still here. It's not gone, but we're going to power through. We're going to make this thing work. What's up, Frank Pryor? How are you tonight? Squad up. What up, Lefty? Steven, thank you so much. Normally, when I'm hyped up and doing things like the show, the adrenaline rush powers me through it. So I don't have to deal with it as much as when I'm just sitting still, ironically, which seems like it should be the reverse. When I'm chilling, it should go away, but that's not how they play. What's up, Speaking Moistly? What's up, Maurice? How are you tonight? Hustle SM. What's up, Jeff? What's going on with you? I do too, my friend. I'm really hoping it just decides there's nothing to see here. Time to go away. Game Quest. Good evening, all. Traveling in Cali for work today. Where are you in Cali? Couldn't miss the files. I appreciate it. Where are you off to in Cali? Joe, it's 9 a.m. here where I am. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning. Where are you, Joe? Like button. Engaged. Thank you. I appreciate it, Lawson. King Collector. I went to Target today, and of course, they had no Steeler 2-pack or Super 7 Snarf. I did see Sci-Fi. That's interesting. Now, was he the only one you saw? Because what I always notice is if you don't catch Target, as soon as they stock this single pack non-retro figures, you may not see them again. Excuse me. Joe, hey Jeff, do you have an IG or Facebook page showing your collection? You can go. I actually did a short on my DC collection, the DC Classics one. You can see it there. I have not done one of the entire collection, mainly because I have a bunch of stuff on the floor, some stuff I'm reconfiguring. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with my Hasbro Real American Hero 25th anniversary, 30th Pursuit of Cobra figures. They're taking up like, what is it? 3 shelves now. And I kind of could use that space for something else. So I've got my He-Man Masterverse figures. They need to be placed back around the classics. And I did all this time and effort of moving those G.I. Joe figures to the bottom of the closet floor. And I'm regretting it now because I feel like that made for a better space for the Masterverse figures. And then, of course, I don't know what I'm going to do with those Real American Hero ones because, I mean, I've got way better versions from the classified series. So they're like this remnant, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of them because I really like the figures. I love the vehicles, and there's some that I really hope that Hasbro does for the classified series. I just need to relocate them. And I don't know if that's going to be somewhere in this room. I don't know what I'm going to do. But that was the very long-winded answer to your question. You can see the DC figures from before I did a whole revamping of that setup. And I mostly have my Marvel Legends set up, of course, as I get more Marvel Legend figures. That's going to need to change too. So it's a constant process. But I need to do one soon. King Collector, Amazon has a retro beachhead for 14. I did post that on the dashboard. So again, make sure you're checking that out because I try to make sure to post any savings, any deals on figures that I see, any pre-orders. So that's your main place to look for that stuff. I definitely try to look out for everybody here with those sales. Dark Knight 297, Jabbing the Figure Files crew. What's good, Thursday night toy gang? What's up? How are you tonight? Michael Solis, you did check that watch. It's Figure Files. G-Brew, Ohio Ross stores suck. I'm sorry to hear that. Ross is definitely a hit and miss kind of store. It seems like most of the stuff that I want, well, I mean, not even that I want, it's they don't really have a lot that I'm looking for. I've gone to a few lately, and it's like, cool. I see people going, oh man, online on Twitter, they're like, here's the stuff in my Ross. Let me know. I'll pick it up, cost per plus shipping. And then people are like, oh yeah, I want this. And then I'm seeing the same stuff. And it's like, I keep seeing this stuff all the time over here. So I guess it really just depends on where you are in your region. What's up, Ryan Daly? What's up, Figure Fillerinos? Like that one. King Collector. I'm thinking about just being done with my Target and just do online buying. How is your how many Targets do you have around you? Because I know some people aren't as fortunate as I am where I have an abundance of Targets, and my Walmarts to balance things out are terrible. They don't really have much of anything. David Thanos, we need those retro Black Friday deals. Which ones are you looking for? Lawson just bought a Monster Force Sleepwalker Crimson Moon figure. Nice. Thank you for catching that, my friend. I appreciate it. We're the only way. Documentary. I need them to put out more Snap. As long as they've got the power. Savage Land 3-packs. Documentary. Do people ask for a tour of your figure room? Occasionally. It's really it's too chaotic for me right now. Like I don't have a place for my McFarlane Walking Dead figures. And then I'm going, do I want a place for them? Because when I got them, I was really into the show. And I don't feel like the McFarlane figures are a great representation of that show. I think there's some other licenses that do a better job of those figures. Like I'm trying to remember. I think it's 3-0 that maybe it's them that does the 12-inch versions of the Walking Dead figures. They look amazing. They're a little bit too expensive, but that's where I would probably go for Walking Dead because I don't need every character. I like a really cool Rick, Daryl, more of those characters, but I don't need everyone. And the McFarlane ones have some of the jankiest articulation. The scales kind of all over the place, and articulation is really what is so not great about those figures. The paint job's not awesome, and his other figure lines that I've collected have gotten so much better. They kind of stand out as the don't look at us, we're going to go hide in the corner section. I'm kind of on the fence with my Toy Biz Lord of the Ring figures because they didn't give us really great versions of Frodo and Sam. I've got a Merry and Pippin that have really great articulation. I've cobbled together a really good Aragorn, but I feel like that's one where they're better versions of those guys too. So I don't know. Eric, I am starring your comment. He is absolutely one that I think they should do as well. Lawson, Thank you, Retro Robo, for not jacking up the prices. I was able to get Mezco Hulk from Retro Robo today also. Retro Robo Toys is one of the go-to stores for me. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. It's one of us trying to start up a comic book, trying to start up a figure store. So, there's really no difference from, Retro Robo and some of the other places, except Retro Robo looks out for you. And, when the current prices of stuff has to go up for whatever dubious reasons, he's putting it back to the classics price point. That's the same with that the 20th anniversary Captain America. Put a code in there for y'all to get it down, not for that $40 price point. I think he charged $31 for it. So, you're not seeing that everywhere. Max Power CG. Always watch your videos on the reruns, not live, but a big fan. Thank you so much for making it out to a live tonight. Hopefully this won't be your last one. Sean, what's going on? I'm starring your comment as well. I'm going to get to all of those that I'm starring. Right now I got 15. I definitely will get back to them. G-Brew, how is your Ollies? Because Ollie's has been, gosh, they've been such a disappointment to me lately. They just don't have anything new. And they were such a great go-to resource for me. I guess I want to say like 3 years ago now. Oh man, I'm finding all this great stuff. Here's a tour of Ollie's. And it was great. And I started going to Ollie's because they were having trade paperbacks for so cheap. And then I was like, oh, y'all are getting figures that I'm interested in. So I don't know what kind of happened to them. Oh, Vin Doom, what it is, Figure Files crew. My main man, 100 Grand Jeffrey. What it is with you, Vin Doom. Yeah, Retro Robo. I'm not a fan of them raising prices on older releases either. I don't understand the logic outside of we got to make more money, which I feel like that's one of those deals where you can just take the hit of charging the original price. That's kind of a scalpery thing to do. Well, we're putting it back out there, but you're gonna pay a little bit more. It's like, what's the point then? I think the good thing though is maybe from Hasbro flooding the market with these exclusive, hard to find figures, maybe the scalpers will lower their prices to maybe lower than what Hasbro's charging on the upscale for them. John Morrissey, I'm sorry that you're suffering, Jeffrey. Thanks for trying to power through. I'm doing a terrible job if you're seeing me suffer, but I appreciate it. I had migraines since I was 8, so I'm kind of used to dealing with them. I'm a few years removed from 8 now, but still going through, and some are worse than others. On the plus side, when I was going through all this stuff with my liver, it wasn't as bad because I was used to having these migraines bothering me for so long. I was like, oh, well, I guess my stomach's hurting a little bit. Lost in. If I go into my Target, I never see anything cool. Not usually. Why do you think I need help from David Thanos against Savage Land Professor X? Walmart's and Target in the Durham area are ravaged. So let me see here. I went to Target Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Let's see. No, just yesterday. The days and the times blur. I'm hoping you all can see this. They had a massive array of G.I. Joe, except for the solo figures. So let's do the cell phone. And let's see if y'all can see it. If it focuses. So we got the cop. We've got Rock and Roll Retro, Desert Scorpion, and Steeler and Short Fuse. That was pretty cool to see them. And in a second, I'm going to show y'all what I got this week. But I was like, wow, really cool to see Short Fuse and Steeler. When they were revealed, I was kind of like, great. We don't have a Mobat, but man, those are really cool figures. Props for powering through that migraine. Thank you, Retro Robo. Excuse me, I appreciate it. Chamberlain Parks, what's up, folks? I've been listening, just handling a few things, but I'm all set now. Yo, and thank you, Chamberlain and Blake. We're hanging out at Legion Con. Blake is away in Japan this week, so he's out for a minute. Let me see here. Oh, there we go. So got the dynamic duo here. Blake sent this along. Very cool to see some of the long time veteran members, allows bigger files. So happy to hear everything straight on your end now, my friend. I guarantee you that if I go into my Walmart today, the only classified figure they have is Marauder Barbecue. That's about it. That's funny because I haven't seen him in stores for a long time. He was the only thing they had at Ross forever. And I would love to see some G.I. Joe Classified series figures show up at Ross this season. Um, I'm trying to think the last few times I've been to Walmart, that's the one line they don't really have anything of, like no retro figures, at least here. When I went down south, kind of around Lawson, around your area, they didn't have, they had the retro figures. They had a few crystal balls and not paper dolls, just crystal balls. And they had a couple stingers. That was the most G.I. Joe figures I'd seen in a Walmart in a long time. And I think the ones before them were the retro wave with Gung Ho, Lady J, that wave. See, that's how long it's been since Walmart was a reliable source for G.I. Joe figures. Speaking moistly, I just started getting some Marvel Legends, so they need to re-release all of them. All about the villains. Picked up Jade Cargill at Ross today for $3.99. That is like she's all over my stores. And it's funny because I was at a Ross on yesterday and saw the AEW Dark Order wave. They had all of them. So that was like, where did they find this box of figures from? It's kind of cool to be able to see all of them at once. Just wish their quality control and their figures were a little bit better. Jamelin, I decided to go in on the Diamond Select black and white Walking Dead figures. We'll have a pretty cool Rick and Michonne. Yeah, it was. I feel like they needed to get that license to somebody who could really do them justice. I mean, Farley did some pretty cool zombies, but man, I wanted to be able to have like real solid articulation. Like you can't have Michonne wielding a sword, doing a little swinging, slicing off necks. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. And it's just like, what's happening? And Rick couldn't do. Oh man, that line was so frustrating. It's so frustrating that I'm going to take 2 seconds to go to my Walking Dead figures just so y'all can see how they posed. Walking dude. That's not helpful. All right, let's see. Let's go to Rick Grimes. And yes, this was back from 2015 when I was deep into this time. All right, so let's pull this up. Now, I took this one in the fall, and this is one of my favorite ones that I did because the colors in the background. But yeah, so here's how these figures look. And I always thought they did a much better job with the packaging on these than the figures themselves. So Rick really can't do a whole lot. I would say this likeness for Rick here isn't terrible, but man, what they really needed to do was fix this paint because that was always the problem with these figures. You can see all this just caked in, and there's a great sculpt hidden underneath that paint, but it's just not awesome. And he can't really hold the gun, as you can see. And then this paint is just what's happening. So there's Tyrese, who somehow got smaller than Rick. There is Gigantos, Daryl Dixon, Glenn's pretty solid. But yeah, and then this is what I'm talking about with that articulation. It's like, what's happening here? I do not have this done correctly. So I mean, this is Rick sitting. It's not great. And I just wish they had done this line with a better sense of articulation, or if he did them with a DC multiverse articulation. But that's not great. That just doesn't get it done on any level whatsoever. So big disappointment. And I wish I had better Walking Dead figures. Hank Day, gonna start buying at Retro Robos. Let's go. Let's go. TJ Jedi, happy Thursday, Familia. Family. What's up, JMC? How are you tonight? Hustle SM. Shout out to Retro Robo for doing the Lord's work. Absolutely. Ryan Daly, Jeff, I shared my Ultron Unlimited display using that giant man with you via email. Let me pull it up real fast then. Why is it? There we go. Cool. Ultron Unlimited. Come on. You can load. I know you can. Oh, cool. That's awesome. All right, here you go. So y'all can see now. Which Ultron is this? This is the same one. That's the most recent one in the build a figure wave with, is that Smart Hulk? Not Smart Hulk. Amadeus Cho Hulk. That's cool. And then you sent another one along. That's great. Yeah, that Hank Pym figure is so good. They just knocked it out. And that's why sometimes when they release a figure that's kind of lame, it's like, but y'all can do better. Do better. Thank you for sending those photos along. Oh, I meant Retro Robo Black Friday deals. Amazing what one word. Absolutely. Ryan Daly. It was delayed twice, but still in short fuse finally arrived. I like them a lot. To be honest, thank you. I've always respected the place of the OG 13 Joes more than I've actually liked them. Only 4 or 5 made significant appearances in the tuning comics. Just making sure. Okay. And these two were in one of my favorite episodes. I went back, I want to say a few months ago, and just rewatched the whole original first 2 seasons of G.I. Joe. There are a lot of really good episodes in that. I saw this. Oh man, I meant to bookmark this and show you all the link for it, but some really cool creator on YouTube took the first issue, and I'm not sure if he's done more, but he did the first issue of G.I. Joe and just had the pictures from the comic book, right? And had the voice acting from the guys in the show, and the guys and gals from the show voicing the characters. So you had, you know, General Hawk being the voice of Hawk in the, reading the captions. It was cool. I'm sure this is AI. That's a good use of it, but it was really cool. And I definitely need to see if there are more installments and to make sure to put that link in. But yeah, the OG 13 Joes were great. Did you read the comic book as well? Oh, you said in the comics. I, that's what made me such a huge fan of them. They were untainted without any reinforcements through what, 11 issues? No, what did, yeah, I guess it was 11. That's when Snow Job, Doc, and Gung Ho showed up, and Airborne. They like, here's a whole bunch of reinforcements, but they didn't really, and they had such a small amount of second wave of Joes that it didn't feel like they were overshadowing them. But man, I really like those early issues of G.I. Joe. They really sucked me into it. Like I said before, that was my first comic book, and I was sucked all the way in. I was like, these characters are cool. And Clutch is one of my favorites from back in that day. I really wish they had done more with him in the cartoon, specifically giving him the comic book character's personality, because I think the show really would have benefited from it. Shipwreck kind of has it, but I think it would have been a better fit for Clutch in there and not give him the country accent, because it is from New Jersey. I never understood that. I mean, the accents for the show did not make any sense, but whatever. King Elector. Amazon has been doing a lot of sales this week. I finally got that Super 7 Ultimates Major Blood, $28, and the Ultimates Finster for $12. That's good. Can't wait to see what they're going to do for Black Friday. Same. Hustle SM. Kraken Studios release the Kraken. Make some great looking Walking Dead. So let's see. Kraken Studios. Is that who it was that I was seeing? Because it is just, let's see, Walking Dead. There I go, adding an extra letter for no. Oh, wow. All right, let's see here. Do they have a website or what's going on? Where do I find these figures? Of course, sold out. Sold out. Let's see here. Oh, this is the Whisperers version. This is not helpful to the rest of you all, though. Let's pull this up so y'all can see too. Check out the mask. That's pretty cool. Very nicely done there. Let me see if I can do a better job zooming in. Now, I'm not sure if it's a picture or what. I'm not quite sure I like that knee and head sculpt. I feel like that could be a little bit better. But this is what I'm talking about. It just wasn't actual articulation for these guys. And that Whispers mask is great. Need to check in and see what the rest of them are. Because how much is this? It's not terrible. Yeah, that's not bad at all. $80 for these figures. Definitely better than McFarlane stuff. All right, let's see. What's up, Henry G? Hey, Jeff, Figure Files fam. Hope you all are having a superb week. Mostly stupendous. I made a so stupid move though. I'm really upset. I'll share that with you all very soon. Retro Robo. Hey, David Thanos. I'm definitely going to have some Black Friday sales, but unlike some other stores, I'm going to wait until 6 p.m. Thanksgiving night. I missed when Black Friday was actually Black Friday. Man, so much the same. It was because, like, after eating Thanksgiving dinner, sitting back on the couch, watching the Cowboys hopefully lose to somebody, one of my favorite things to do was open up the circular and looking at all the ads, like, oh man, I want to get this, going Sears catalog style, taking a pen, circling, writing down my list of stuff. Hey, I want to get this. Oh man, that was great. Now it's just like, you better hurry up and get it on November 12th because it's gone. It's ridiculous. Standing outside, waiting for Toys R Us to open, Best Buy to open, good old days. Oh man, the video is showing Diagonal on my TV now. I don't want to make it confusing here. Here we go, a little late. My Pats are on Thursday night. Your boys are playing pretty well right now. Got 2 targets nearby and 1 more a little further out. That's not bad. Ollie's is always dependent on what they're getting in closeout sales. I think Ross beats Ollie's to the Hasbro figures this year. Yeah. Ryan Daly. Plus, the originals were generic and didn't age well compared to the rest of the line, mostly. But man, the classified OGs are awesome. They really are. They made me love Grunt, Short Fuse, and Colonel Hawk. Yeah, they were fun. And I liked how in the early days, Snake Eyes was just like regular Commando. He just didn't talk. And it was like, this dude's fun. And in issue 3, Hawk and Grunt go and infiltrate this Cobra training camp. And Snake Eyes is writing notes. So it's like we get to actually hear from Snake Eyes. So that was really fun. And just everybody got to have a little showcase action for those first 11 issues. And then they kind of worked in Doc, Gung Ho, and Snow Job, Torpedo, Tripwire, Ace, Wild Bill. But I mean, again, and Cover Girl, of course, can't forget her. But I think Larry Hama did a really great job of giving those characters personalities. I wish he could have kept them in the comic. And he's worked them in a little bit more lately with the Image line of Real American Hero that's still going on. Issue 322 just dropped this Wednesday. I loved it. So this one, he had 2 teams, a desert team. Of course, Dusty was in that one. And he even had Lightfoot show up. And then he had a snow team when it was just all the Snow Joes. So Snow Job, who's been mentioned several times already in the chat, Iceberg, Frostbite, and Sub-Zero. So it's pretty cool seeing all those characters in their specialties doing their things. So it was really fun. And I love that book. Transformers 26 also dropped along with Redcoat, one of my favorite books. So if you're not reading that, check it out. Retro Robo. Whoa, which story was that, Jeff? I need to go there ASAP. So that was just yesterday. So that I'll text it to you. But yeah, it's yeah, that was early in the day, but you should be able to still see all that stuff. Jalen, tell me all about it. I don't know why I added all. I was holding out hope for a long time for Nihilus and a few Muppets. Alas, which Muppets were you still waiting on for that one? Now it starts in March. It feels like it. I wanted a Nihilus so much too. Well, now it just gives them a good excuse over at the Hasbro Marvel Legends team to reveal a Nihilus at next month's December showing. Doc Avenger, I can't believe Star Fox, Gorgon, Black Bolt, and Executioner Wave showing up. Man, I thought weeks ago was bad being overwhelmed. It's just what they do. And I mean, I don't even know if I was making a joke when I was saying, oh, it's scheduled for January. Look out for November. I mean, it's just what they do for the last few years. Ryan Daly, if I had my stuff together, I would have asked Blake to pick me up a Legion Con exclusive Monster Force figure. Huh. Do they have any more of those between now and the end of the year? David Thanos, I kid you not, I have about 40 Ross stores I have access to down here, and me and my buddies haven't found anything. Yeah, because I don't know if there's a lot of stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I found this at Ross. Jeeber, we got spoiled in 22 through 24 by Ollie's. They had crazy deals and mad figures. I think Ollie's has been buying so many figures lately because they have so many just sitting. Yeah, maybe the starting lineup figures weren't the best pickup for them. And I think they got burned with the MCU figures and Marvel Legends. But I feel like all of the comic book stuff that they had is gone. It's just the Black Panther 2, the Eternal figures. Like I said, they did have some Age of Apocalypse figures. They're not there anymore. They've long since vanished. I think that's where they need to kind of focus on. Right. The Eternal figures. The Watcher, I am saving yours as well. And David Thanos, saving yours too. Aaron Easton. The rumor has it, is Hasbro's going to attempt to resell the G.I. Joe 6-inch line to us. Where have you heard this rumor? By giving most characters a Sunbow makeover. Are you willing to repurchase the classified collection? Boy, I can't think of a one. Actually, I can think of a few. I would buy Snake Eyes in his version 2 outfit with that more purplish attire. But then, well, they did Destro and made him like appropriately taller, like Serpentor height, because I feel like he's too short. So if they did that, I would buy that. But no, I mean Major Blood for sure. But I don't know if there's a whole lot that I would be like, oh man, I'm glad I got that version, because I mean they're really good. And they've done great jobs with most of those characters. I guess they can still get me on a Roblox version 2, but for the most part, they've already done this Sunbow tight take. Maybe Flint and Lady J. All right, so there's more than my initial. I wouldn't buy them. So there's a few. I wouldn't buy an entire collection of them though. Walmart ain't got Jack around. Yeah, man. John R. Pick up to Wu-Tay. Right. Love them. Marvel Legends needs a newly sculpted Annihilus. They absolutely do. Brian P. This week, I picked up Marvel Legends Outback Storm, and Amazon had a ridiculous deal on Super 7 Thundercats Luna and Amok. The thing was normally 85, but the sale plus extra coupon made it 40. And so, wow, that was a really good sale. I love hearing those stories. I mean, because why do we need to pay more when they can shoulder the burden for a good sale? Lawson, it's crazy how great sculpts can get killed in the paint phase of things. And then when you see like people who are really good at touching up stuff, it's like, where was this hidden? Oh, underneath all this terrible paint. And it's like, how do you do this magic? Michael Solis, I got the whole new wave of Simpson figures at Ross. So happy to finally have Barney. Are these the, I don't remember which scale these figures are in. I know they have like a smaller one. Is this the larger scale version of those? All about the villains. What we need is somebody to pick up the Marvel Select brand so we can get that Annihilus. Yes. Tell me those Walking Dead figures are made by McFarlane without telling me those Walking Dead figures are made by McFarlane. Laughable scale sizes. It's funny because, man, I feel like the scale is the major thing holding this line from being like an all-timer for me in terms of the character variety with DC. Like if he just found a ruler, they would be awesome. I would get past the Buck reuse that makes no sense. But the scale, I don't know why that's such a sticking point with me. And it's just like, there's some figures like that Nightwing. He would be for sure my top 10, period. Not just for McFarlane, just the whole deal. If he was scaled properly, and he's just like, why are you the same height as Batman? Why? But yeah, the Walking Dead one's shaky. King Collector, Brian, I'm still looking for Super 7 Ultimate Thundercats. Alluro? I missed the pre-order and now he's priced crazy on eBay. They probably don't put those figures back out in rotation for anybody, do they? Walking Dead, man, it was that articulation is it's special. All right, it was just like, what is going on? And like when you get a new figure, you're like fiddling around trying to figure out how their articulation works. Cause some are pretty traditional and some are like, what's going on? That one, I'm like, oh no, this is not how this moves. And it was dope. Ultron beatdown until he gets big. Then watch out. David Dano, shout out to Lawson Wallace for sending the Zemo 2-pack and the McLaustin Deathstroke figure. Yes. Those looks the paint job fix up you did is amazing on those, Lawson. All about the villains. I need to find me a Max Shrek. Anyone can help. And I need that help too. Because I've been to a few GameStops and they've had none of them. I love that pick with Pym and the Ultrons. Nice display. Absolutely. Great idea. Rick Cage. Eddie's. I'm today checking Cap present. Yo. I didn't even realize McFarlane did Saga figures. Huh. Dog Avenger. I just got my 3 retro green shirts. Very cool. Probably gonna get some of those. Wait until after the holidays. Yeah, the Hesco does look like CM Punk. Hoping that Tombstone headset will fit on the green shirt. Dalton? Is that the same head setup? I wonder if you're saying Dalton. Batman Returns is such a good movie, G Brew. So fun. All about the villains. Mark my words. Dallas gonna win third Thanksgiving Day game. Bet money. And not until I get a sponsor from some bet organization. Who's Dallas playing? David Thanos. Good times. When Best Buy was top store on Black Friday. Not man. Gosh. I think the last time was like 3, maybe 4 years ago now. And I was like, what do you mean you don't have Blu-rays anymore? Oh gosh. And I've gone there to get figures, but I'm not going there on Black Friday for them. And it used to be so good on Black Friday, right, Lawson? It used to be a much better store. Yeah. Chubby Teddy Monster Productions. What's up? I'm gonna star yours. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just go right away here. We need Psylocke and Thanos to be released again, just not as a Target exclusive. So Dan on the marketing team for Marvel Legends did say that don't worry, they are coming back. And I think I remember that was from October 19th. Let's see if the old memory remember that as well as I think I did. All right, so let's see here. October 30th, 29th, 27th. Hey. 24th. Gosh. 20th, 19th, 18th. Darn it. I thought I had this. I was wrong. So a little bit further back. Yes, there we go. 13th. Way off. Okay, so here you go. And I was only so pressed because I thought I remembered exactly where it was. So actively working on getting the game reverse. Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack back up on Target as a see now buy now. Most likely will be sometime in Q1 of next year. So stay tuned. So I know that's not what you wanted, but hopefully they'll have more this time and actually have more than 10. I bought more clothes at Ross than toys. No, gosh, they could buy them back from Ollie's and then clear the shelf space. Tombstone does have the same neck head configuration. Huh, okay. Jeff, I don't remember what Muppets they were for sure. I think Uncle Deadly, Sweetums, and I feel like there was one more. Mainly characters that I have Palisade versions of. Man, I don't know if I want to look to see what Sweetums from Palisades is running these days, Jamelin. But he's one that I did not get. I always got screwed with the Marvel MC Legends and Kids toys. Starting lineup in the Black Series figures. They haven't moved in so long. They're gray with dust. That's the main thing that I'm getting figures from when I go to Ollie's. It's been the Black Series figures. Because they actually have worthwhile figures on that line. It's just they have got all the ones I needed. But the MCU figures, and you did catch that. Nice. Ryan Daly, I would take a retro card Sumbo style ace and save the Sky Striker look for if when they ever make a classified Sky Striker. Fingers crossed on that one. Really? Wow. Man, I need to tell you to come check out my Ollies because all of them have an abundance of starting lineup figures. Oh, 5 inches. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, we're not seeing those in my Raw stores. Those I would pick up. Robert's Infinite Realms. What's up, Robert? God Can't See Me, John Cena, Cable XM, Cable X-Men 97, Motu Mantina, and Jerry Lawler. Various joy and disappointment. Oh man, what are you disappointed about? And speaking of X-Men 97, I did finally open up Morph, and he is so weirdly done. It's just like, what's going on with the chest? Can't figure it out. But I did use that Everett Ross, and got my Henry Gyrick. So that's pretty cool. And the head sculpt fits pretty well on there. Let's see if I can get that to some semblance of focus for you all. Boop. Still no. It's terrible. Awful. I'm going to get better at this one day. Not today, apparently, but one day. This is awful. Anyway, there he is. And he fits in pretty well. You see the neck joint is fine. Not a crazy, huge head. I was happy to get him. And that was the main reason I got Morph. But Morph is a pretty fun figure. Even though this is a better buck for a team, minus that chest thing. Michael Solis, McFarlane is absolutely terrible with scale things. You want Lars, like things you want Lars, like Halo Spartan figures. He makes 5 inches. Excuse me. And the things you want smaller, like DC figures, he makes 7 inches. The scale is terrible. So just want to make sure. Are you saying the scale is terrible? I believe it was a Full Force podcast that mentioned the Sunbow animated classified line. Hasbro is rapidly running out of what? No way. No way. There's so many figures, so many characters. I mean, to say worthwhile characters, I mean, that is absolutely a preference, but they've got some really great designs for characters in 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. And they've got a whole bunch of other G.I. Joe lines that they could make really great classified figures from. And I feel like there's some segment of the Joe fan base is like, if it didn't happen on the cartoon, I'm not interested. But they were really good Joes who got saddled with that terrible, lousy Deke cartoon. And I think the Hasbro team would make great classified series figures of them. Maybe a lot of fans who are kind of like, after 87 went downhill would appreciate them like Ryan has with the OG 13 after them getting the classified series treatment. But there's so many great figures still to come. Ryan Daly, is anybody interested in figures based on the Street Fighter movie coming next year? I want to see the designs and who is going to make them. G-Brew, if anyone's interested, Barnes & Noble has Criterion Collection DVDs and Blu-rays for 50% off. It's not bad. All about the villains. The 7-inch scale I kind of like because if you put them next to any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, they look just right in comparison. I guess it's about what you're collecting. Felix Guerrero, Jeff pushing FanDuel ain't a bad idea. Jalen, did we do pickups yet? Legions Con Hall, Mythic Legions Koi, Legendary Barbarian, Figura Obscura Thoth, not Thought. 2 dial pillars from Carver Customs, exclusive Odious Head, Action Force Sidewinder, and some random accessories and freebies from very generous folks. And today, Arctic Doc Knock and the Yeti arrived just in time for the cold weather. Oh, wow, that's cool. What's your favorite of those pickups? Prize Picks. There you go. My guy Rob Louder, who runs Striking Gold 49ers fan page, is just whew, he's my guy. He's always doing all kinds of fun promos. So I make sure to listen to his ass to support him. So to show you all what I was working with today, this all arrived today. All the boxes. I shipped my pile of loot. Amazon and Creations Mattel came through with a bunch of stuff. So there were a lot of figures to unbox and have some fun doing that. But I neglected to do this earlier, and by earlier I mean a couple of weeks ago. Robert Hayes received from Retro Robo Toys the Spider-Man Magic the Gathering battle damage, complete with loose achy breaky hip joint. So he got that, and as we always ask, he took a picture. So thank you, and I'm so sorry for waiting all this time to finally show that picture. And then Rick Cage showed off a bunch of cool stuff that he got. Let me go back to the email because he broke down all the stuff he got. I want to make sure I had that correctly on here. So there's a collector grade She-Hulk 2, number 2. Sir Enoch, got 2 of them. 2, Sir Andrew, Demon King, Declaration of War Mecha, and Devil Go Red, Lucia with bare feet kit. That's cool. All right. Thank you for sharing those as well, my friend. All right. So now let's get into the madness for my pile of loot. So let's do that first. They had a big sale on these figures, and I have been eyeing them forever because I was a fan of the Lightning Collection line. And I love these crazy mashups they do with the turtles. And this one was just like, gotta get these. These are awesome. So I got that pack, and I also got this pack. Is like, let's keep this thing rolling. So now I think the last one I need is the Tommy pack, him and Shredder. So that one would be really good to get. They had this one for a really good sale. I need a reverse flash, and this 2-pack sale when their deal of the day was basically paying for him. And then I got a free not Nightfall. What was that? Oh, Flashpoint. There's so many darn events from DC, and he comes with guns, so he's like super ready to go. And he's not a toy. Then got collector edition Simon Bass. So now I definitely have to make sure that I get Jessica Cruz. They had a good sale on this guy, so I got my last 2 of Multiple Man. And now I can finally put this guy together because I've got Red Widow. So now I can finally have Zabu fully assembled. So very happy about that. And then the last thing in this pile of loot, my Storm Arena Ryu figure. So Kid finally gonna have some company on that shelf. That was all from my pile of loot. Then earlier this week, I got this from Target because they had one of those really great sales. So I got that. Happy about that. Let's see. Amazon finally put Shockwave on sale again. And I kept missing out on him, which means he should be $12 by tomorrow since I got him for 19. But needed him because we're getting more of the 88 line. So that was good to get him finally. Then the last member of the aerial bots, Fireflight, so I can assemble Superion. Who knows when I'll actually do that, but now I can do it. Then let's show you this deal in case any of you all want to take advantage of it. So right now, Creations Mattel has a sale where you can take advantage of holiday deals and get all kinds of stuff. Their search function is so screwy. Let me see if it'll actually work now, because when I was trying this earlier, it was not. So if you'll note, I'm doing Masters of the Universe. Let's see where it actually goes. Oh, great. I'm actually on it now. So let's see, but no Masters of the Universe despite 12 results. Let's see if I can do this now. Nope, it's still not working. I don't know what's going on with their site with that, but it's crazy. So you can't actually get to the things that they're talking about. So let's go. Oh boy, this site's not great. So here's all the stuff. Wow, they need to fix this. So here you go. You got the superstars, Dusty and Cody Rhodes. Instead of $50, you get it for $30. Let's see what's else. So like I said, you can't filter it out well. The Ultimate Edition CM Punk 27, that's a much better price. That is a great deal for that figure. Then Imperium. I'm gonna get these guys. I did not get them because my cart was getting crazy, but got my eye on those two. And let's see what else they had that would be of interest to you all. Retro 4-pack, King Harley Race, Ultimate Warrior, Virgil, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. That's a fun pack. That's 36. Some Masters of the Universe origin figures, if that's your preference. And it looks like nothing is sold out so far. That's cool. I'm sorry I had to do this long scroll through because I can't filter it out just the way it's gone. And you'll see here, they've got this pack. Ted DiBiase. Got to get the headbanger. So that's one. That's another one I got to add to my collection there later. And I think that's just about everything. It was really hard to navigate. And I don't know if they really need to fix that part of it when they have a big sale like this, because it was a pain to try to filter through stuff. So I see Snout Spout here for $16.50. I was like, oh, what am I doing? I've got to fix this right away. So I made that move and I got the $16.50 Snout Spout because it made no sense not to have him. And I didn't want a chance to sell out. So I absolutely got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Ultimate Edition set because I do have a price. And finally, the one that I was probably most excited about was these guys from Target, Steeler and Short Fuse. Very cool to get some more of the original 13. Just need Flash and Grand Slam to go. The crew is finished. That's exciting. But there's got to be some rain in this thing. And I was so excited. And I was like, cool. I've done all this stuff and I need to make my pre-order just to lock it in because they said October, but I know it's not actually set. I need to get that Hot Toys, Chewbacca, and C-3PO, put it down and get my deposit in. And when I went to Sideshow Collectibles today, I saw like rolling through, like, okay, where they at? Waitlist open? No. So that's the deal right now. I had to hit this. Had to join the wait list and hope that I get that email. It's like the worst lottery ever. But I did have some good news because they did hit me up and say, hey, guy, you want that Hot Toys General Grievous figure? And he's running for $600 on eBay. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. Because really like General Grievous. So I did get him. Hopefully, my friends at Sideshow can find a C-3PO disassembled in Chewbacca so I can put them in their rightful place here on this Empire Strikes Back shelf, and I will not have to kick myself for not making that pre-order like I should have. All right, let's go through what everybody else has got here. King Elector. I've been going to Ross every week. They got a ton of figures I don't want, right? Triptychon has been MIA, but I've been grabbing those Naruto, Katsu, remember? Ben Presto statues. I got 6 of 10 so far. Nice. Masterverse 1987 Motu Mirror. Cool. I didn't get to see that one. Let me get a free figure. Masterverse movie Beastman needs a re-release. There you go. Man, I don't know. They've not put anything out about Big Bird or Oscar Lawson, and I really don't need them to go, oh, we don't have enough interest, because there is super interest. David Thanos Ross always gives me when I go to the sneaker section because I'll buy a pair of Jordans if I see them in my size. There you go. Oh, 300 for Sweetums. That was a terrible mistake. Why did I wait so long? Jalen, not great. How is the skin tone on the Rick? Is it close? It's a little pale. Anyone else managed to wade through Pulse's nonsense to get the Sentinel variants today? Had to pay with PayPal to get things to go through there. I don't know what they were really doing with whatever they're doing with the site right now. And I guess it just might have to do with the fact that they're letting too many people go and not fortifying all the stuff they need to because it's just not a great setup. Just not a fan of how they're doing this. Let's see here. So, oops. All right, so G Brew, I was able to see your comment. That's how Morph is built in X-Men 97. Let's see. I don't really feel like that's what we got. Like Morph does not look as thin and as slender as this figure does. Like it's a huge difference. And yeah, not really seeing that. Sigma 6. Yes, they can make those into classified series figures. That would be awesome too. Robert, it's Chad. Mentioned the Sunbow rumor first on 3POA. Full Force did not give credit. All right. I probably shouldn't have posted that part. No need to get into wars with different channels. And the number one reason to love McFarlane, regardless of scale, he's given us basically every figure in the same scale that we've never gotten all at once ever. Definitely a reason to be appreciative of it for me. King Elector, not for me, Jeff. Once I get all the Sunbow real Joes, I'm done. Ryan says, Hasbro still has plenty of Joe characters to classify up from the 80s and 90s. They're also introducing more original characters next year, as well as some Sunbow specific stuff. Casting a wide net. That's cool. Like Wolf Spider. That'd be fun. I mean, they've done such a great job. It's like, yo, just keep them coming. I'm there. It's your whole set of Eternal figures. Lawson, I love seeing pictures with people holding their prizes, spoiled in their figure displays. Same. Jalen, I haven't opened the Mezcos yet, but this koi fish guy is pretty awesome. He was a surprise drop of the show. And I don't know much about Legion's lore, but he's just a cool figure and character design. Nice. Excuse me. Drink the water too fast and always like boop. Michael Solis. Those Power Ranger turtles are amazing. I have them in the front of my Lightning collection shelf. Yeah. As you can see, I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I was like, they're fun. I've got to get them. Zabu leg engage. Absolutely. Zabu sits on my desk. Yeah, he's like right here. He's been so close, just sitting there, like, don't mind me. Whenever you decide to get this Red Widow character, I'll be waiting. Got to bounce, but I got some more Operation Monster Force figures this week, and man, oh man, this line might kill me the next year. Thanks for coming through, Ryan. Have a good weekend, my friend. David Thanos went to Target not looking for what I got, which was a NECA 2012 turtle line, which doesn't help because of the price hike. How much are they running for now? David Thanos waiting for Silverbolt to hit clearance at Target. Well, if I'm not mistaken, oh, let's see here. Virginia. So to sort of kind of get your question, because I saw this, Silverbolt is he has hit clearance at Target. Now maybe 76 is not what you want to pay, but it's looking like he's getting real shaky to find because now he's in the show in stock stores, which is always shaky for Target. I mean, they could have 20 of them in one store. There's no telling, but hopefully you can find one and that waiting game does not bite you. But I would get him if you see him at this point. For Horseman is going to be having an in-stock sale with multiple Figura Obscura figures. Cool. DJ Jet, I need that Jessica Cruz too. Was that pre-order going up? Love to see a Far Sector GL from McFarlane too. One can dream. I mean, McFarlane's doing figures that I would never have assumed he would do, because Joe is not a top tier character and a woman. Might be a little dicey in terms of getting her, but maybe. I mean, he's done some surprising choices so far. But she make for a really cool character because of her Bobby Brown, every little step I take hairstyle. Oh, I mean, Lawson, I was like, this set for sure. That $70 price point is the price of buying two Ultimate Edition figures. They're just like, I think y'all can get a little cheaper. And that's really because they've had major sales with all these Ultimate Edition 2-packs. And I'm like, I can roll the dice. I can wait for it to get cheaper. And 42 is fine for those two figures. That's cheaper than paying for two Ultimate Edition figures. That's about cheaper than paying for two Elite figures at this point. And two of my favorite wrestlers. So it's a no-brainer. All about the villains. I literally watched the Steeler episode with Joe's when they went to the other dimension, and his dead version was together with the Baroness, and my Steeler 2-pack just arrived today. They're all dead. Now Sunbow head sculpt with him with the blonde hair and the blurry blue eyes. They're kind of fun. Then I got to have the little like a hand sculpt with the scorpion or whatever it was that bit him as a separate thing. That might be too much of a deep dive, but I think they could actually do it. What's up, Stanley? How are you tonight? Lawson. Jeffrey, I need a Big Bird and Oscar figure along with Kermit and Grover when they come out. For sure. Eric, Hasbro just kicked my wallet. They're sending the entire Executioner wave. Where did you order them from? Secret Wars Iceman, both Inhuman 2-packs, and Punisher Fury 2-pack, all in the next 4 days. Ouch! Yes, that is a rough one for the wallet for sure. Maurice, the Morph figure looks more like Team. Right, exactly. I mean, it's Morph is bigger than this teeny tiny version. This is great for like a New Mutants figure, but not so much for Morph from the show. Method of Madness, what's good, figure fam? Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you. You too. Heading home after my post-work Ross checks to get home to Pythona that I just got a notification to deliver. Nice. And I read, I think from my guy Britannia, that Pythona was showing up on Pulse kind of randomly. Maybe she actually is still there. Let's do a quick search. Let's see if she's there. She is sold out again. It's interesting what sells out now on this site. His 219 for the Sentinels is really, really terrible. I mean, they were what, 170? Something like that. So it's really whack that they've charged so much more for those figures now. And I don't know why they would have one Mega Cobra Commander. He's been long sold out. Why do that to people? Get their hopes up for absolutely nothing. All right, so there we go. That's where they are with that stuff. Oh, no, I just don't want to get in the middle of like, the channel not giving proper respect and credit to somebody else. That's all. Dog Avenger, I got no signals. I need them to do a leader, Rubberman, Lava Men, Moloids, Doombots, Kree soldiers, any other army builder. Well, those do. Absolutely. Lefty, I noticed that the 2012 Mutant Ninja Turtles foot plot was dropped on Big Bad Toy Store without warning. Did you get it? Yikes! $40 a pop. That is not cheap. Blitz! 0065. How you doing? I'm in my local Walmart and they are stocked. No way, Lefty. I don't believe it. Hustle SM. Finally got LPZZ Arkham Knight today and a great deal on NECA Hollywood Monsters. Picked them all up, only in the Turtles. The LPZZ Batman is my favorite. Nice. David Thanos, how can they call it $76 clearance? What are they, Walmart? I think it was $89, so it's not quite clear. Maybe it's like a sale, but I think so. Like, I know, oops, sorry, Zabu just fell and just top it over. Maybe it's because he's missing a leg. I know he was on sale and they had their 25% off deal, so you probably could have stacked them with that. Sorry on that one. Rick Cage, my most sincere thanks to you, our gracious host, Sir Jeffrey, for showing my newest recruits. Of course, the Knights are my favorite. Well, that just makes sense, Rick Cage. Absolutely. She is, I don't know what that means for McFarlane anymore, but hopefully it's not that she's impossible to track down. DJ Jedi, no new figs this week, but I finally got around to popping open X-Men 97 Sunspot, Outback Storm, McFarlane Icon, and Steel Platinum Edition, which looks 1,000 times better with a red cloth goods cape. That's cool. Where'd you get the cape from? Speaking moistly, Mattel really dropped the ball on Mo 2 Transformers crossover. They should have made Transformers transform into Mo 2 vehicles. Which ones would you have done with that? Because I can't even think of the color schemes that would make sense for those. But those vehicles are pretty cool for Mo 2. All about the villains. They need to release an accessory set for the Joes, and you can include each of these little one-offs from different episodes. That's one thing the Super 7 does a great job with. All those little random Easter egg stuff, like the buffer for Destro's head when he gets the lava. And it's not really lava because Flint and Lady J go into it, so it can't be lava. But yeah, the old Ant-Man, Slender Man book. I think it's a totally different one because the chest thing is like really, really weird. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but there, it's got like this really weird dip in it. It's very odd. Not like anything else I've seen. Dragon Man was up there today too. Yeah. I don't know where they're finding all these random figures. Brian P. I'm still waiting, hoping that Ollie's gets the Kang with the time chair. Yeah, that'd be a good one for them to get. Lost and Pulse's website has not been good at all this year. It's really killed my interest in re-upping my membership for next year. So I just re-upped because it was my birthday and I had birthday money to use for it. But also, I figure I can get enough stuff to justify that membership because with the free shipping, it's going to balance out. And with all the random Pulse exclusive stuff, and they've not done a great job of those sales like they have in previous years, but I'm sure there's going to be some G.I. Joe stuff that I'm going to want, or HasLab that's going to justify it because that would basically pay for that membership on its own. So there you go. Rick Cage, fully stocked. I don't believe it. That's why you fail. Retro Robo. I'm getting quite a few questions from folks about their orders. When I check, they all have selected Retro Robo Cargo at checkout. Question for the room. Are folks seeing the other shipping options? That NECA Count Dracula with top hat cloak looks really nice. That's cool. Jalen, man, Jeff, the way you just yelled Blitz took me back to junior high. Looked up at my whole body, tensed up a little. Like I need to watch out for some off in the line closing in. Try to hype it up every so often. DJ Jedi, Mattel really disappointed me with the Mo 2 2000 Origins. I was hoping for updated 4 Horseman sculpts with modern articulation, but it looks like they're going for less detailed kitty cartoon look. Right, which I don't feel like is really the aesthetic of that cartoon anyway, because it's yeah. Well, at least there's Mondo for that. All about the villains. McFarlane Wave 2 Mortal Kombat is en route. Should be here on Saturday. Very cool. Which ones did you get? Lawson. Hasbro does not do accessory packs, no head packs, no hands pack, no weapons pack. Energy. Since I missed out on the Palisades Toys Muppets, I was trying to supplement my collection with the Diamond Select line. I have them pre-ordered on Entertainment Art. They haven't canceled it yet? I was wondering when you said offensive line. Maybe your offensive line was really, really bad. With Diamond going under, I'm assuming they won't be producing anymore. What do you think? I think you're going to be really short on those figures. Jamelin scared me talking about what Sweden is going for. So let's just do a really fast search. Muppets. Because this is the worst thing about them, about Diamond Select not doing them anymore. Everybody who's held on to their Palisade figures in the hopes of selling them for a ridiculous amount of money now feels justified. Although that Miss Piggy for $23, $10 shipping is not terrible. Let's see what we got here. Really? Dr. T for wow, for $11.25. I don't know if you can get that deal any better. And know what's missing. Oh, no Beaker. Yeah, that's kind of a big thing to miss. The Electric Mayhem playset for $150. That's not a good deal. Let's see here. It looks like they have some good stuff. some decent deals and some are like way out of pocket with the price points. Definitely some are better than others. 24.50. That's not bad there. Uncle Deadly, $25. So that's not terrible, Jamlin. That's not bad. It doesn't look like there's the accessories though. 165 for the kitchen playset. That does have a lot of accessories and cool accessories. Beauregard, no accessories. See, you gotta have the accessories. I don't even know why you're trying to sell that without them. But this is definitely one of my favorite figure lines that I've ever picked up. The figures are so well done. And if you can find a pretty good deal like this one, that's a pretty good deal for the Muppet Labs. Yeah, I definitely recommend them if you can get them for cheap. But anyway, enough touring through eBay for good deals. I did. I'm with you. All About the Villains Post Outlet has over 100 items now. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, let's see. Let's go back to Pulse because I did notice that their outlet section. And if you notice on their main page, they actually have it back up. You had to go searching for it a while ago. And now they have it back in a prominent position. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. But let's see what we got. Power Rangers. Stuff's on sale. Oh, let's see. Still not quite down to the Ross price. But like these prices are solid if you don't have a Ross anywhere near you or friends with access to it. But these are not awful in terms of sale prices on Pulse. Like they've got the entire this is Blackheart Wave. It's not bad for them. And Amazon has Mad Marauder Sergeant Slaughter for $20. So 24 Pulse. That's not bad. This is one of my favorite waves they put out there with those 3 Iron Man figures. They were all really good. So yeah, I mean, they actually put stuff in here. And for the most part, pretty decent stuff. Like Wolfsbane here, that Heat Seek missile system. Some G.I. Joe action for you. Magneto from X-Men 97. So it's some pretty decent stuff. They can't get rid of this set either. But yeah, and there's Tombstone. We just mentioned him, so there you go. Everybody's looking there. Not bad. It's certainly not bad for Pulse, which didn't have anything on that outlet set for a long time. Loma Musician. Hello, Jeff. Hello. I was happy the Entertainment put up Ant-Man and Wasp 2-pack and Power Princess back up, but was stunned by the shipping price super hike. The shipping price hike? Let me check here real fast. I didn't think they did anything wild with the shipping. Let's see here. Let's pre-order. Yeah, check out. Let's see. Great. So was it $20 for you as well? Because I do see that, but it's one of those deals where I think their shipping is free once you hit the $19.99. Was it 79? Free shipping. So if you spend 100, maybe they're not doing that right now. Let me see here. Let me just throw something else in the cart really fast so I can see what we're looking at here. This will definitely be over that. So free, yes, free shipping over. Make sure I have everything off. Okay. So you do this. It's free shipping on $79 or more. So you get that Jabba the Hutt playset and then you're covered. And then that takes you down. And I think they still have that Entertainment Earth code. You just put in EE10, I think it is, to get that free discount to it. Oops. I gotta make sure that I give the appropriate shout out to John Morrissey for the 616 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I just ordered the PIM 2-pack and the 2 20th anniversary caps from Retro Robo Toys with Loud's Favorite Files discount codes. Your Fowler community is great, Jeffrey, and you are a huge, big part of it. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. And it's all about helping everybody else out here, right? Rakesh, can we now talk about how Hasbro reissued Wonder Woman before old Uncle Tiny Mac? They did, but he's put out another version of Wonder Woman. So I don't know if we can count that fully. I would have been all in on Transformers that transformed into moto vehicles, all of them. I wonder if Hasbro would do that. I mean, because that's a real crossover. So I wonder. Mattel should have done the 2000 X figures in the Masterverse line. And Henry J, I'm with you. I would have bought them on that scale. I had the Palisades Toys Pink Panther figure. Yeah, I'm old. To me. Last time I saw it in eBay was $300. I paid $20 for it. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know they did a Pink Panther figure. What? I'm in Walmart right now, and they're honoring the early Black Friday deals that they're sold out online. That's cool. Do you have their Walmart Plus membership? Oh, that way. Okay, cool. Very nice. So you got some cool figures to look forward to. Discount gang and Morrissey for the Wayne King Collector. Absolutely. It is a great community. And our December has free shipping at 79. Should just let you do that for me. Speaking mostly, I could find a Transformer character that could be a multi vehicle, but that would take a few days of research. Beast Wars or new characters would be the easy way out. There you go. All right, let's see. Let's get into it now. So I asked you all, we're seeing so many figures getting back into rotation, which I think is great. Not so great, the enhanced new pricing. I've said that before, but excuse me, it is very cool that for everybody who missed out earlier on stuff, you get another shot. You get another crack at this stuff. And that's really what they need to do. I mean, there doesn't need to be this thing of, oh, you've missed it. Sorry. You're never going to get a chance at this stuff again. And Hasbro seems to realize that they've got branding on their site. Come back. I mean, that's just wild. Comeback collection. Iconic releases back in play. The ones you've been waiting for are back. Grab them before they're gone. So let's see what's here. Now, of course, can't really trust Pulse because sometimes they kind of, we only had 10. Sorry. So they're sold out of this pack. Not shocking. But Jabba, still there. The court denizens, $80. Boy, those vintage collection figures, gosh. Are they the worst value in terms of figures? Because it's like you're paying $20 for 3.75 inch figures. And I know they've done some improvements, but is it that much improvement? Transformers always seems to do well. Breakdown. Yeah, I think it's Dragstrip. Dragstrip, my original figure, there was something wrong with his transformation, which only popped up when I put him onto Minosaur. So if he comes back up, I will definitely grab him again. Warbird sold out. That's not shocking considering how many times on the chat people were like, I can't find Warbird. She is sold out there. Obsidian, Silver Surfer, Power Princess, not surprising. Wolverine, astonishing, a really great figure. He's there. 20th anniversary Cap, he's there. This Cable figure that I know a lot of people were clamoring to get, he's still there. So that's interesting. Captain Rex, X-Men 97 Cyclops, Kingpin. So the classic collection is pretty solid. Let's go over to Entertainment Earth though, because some of this stuff you can still get from them. They actually have it there. Let's get through all the pops though. So let's do just action figures. I think that'll make it a little bit easier. Let's go to Marvel. Tone it down a little bit more. So you can still get Warbird. She's available there. You can still get Silver Surfer, Nimrod, Cap, Astonishing Wolverine, Kingpin, Cable, and Power Princess is sold out here too. Oh, that's interesting because I feel like she was not that price earlier. Anyway, so I'm digging the fact they're putting this stuff back out. I wish they would just go back to the old pricing. I don't think that makes any sense. But let's see here. So now let's go to the chat. I've started a bunch of comments from way earlier. So let's go to them first. What do you want to see re-release? Stuff you missed out on, or just think more people should get another crack at it? All about the villains. The original Snake Eyes, 00, and the Vamp. Yeah. And I'm wondering if for people who want the original green vamp, if you're just going to be short, because it feels like the next one they're going to put out is the vamp 2 with the missile rack. I don't think that's terrible, but I think there might be enough people who wanted the original look for it. Maybe if they do that vamp, they can find some new molds to do the original one with the original colors. I don't know. I hope so for people who want it, but I think we're going to see that second version. Rick Cage, where's my Wonder Woman? Manhunters and Green Lantern. Chris Chimok, Mr. Toddy Max, sir. That's right. They did put out the Manhunters. G Brew, I want that Wonder Woman body reused with the new head sculpt. I wasn't a fan of how her face looked. That's why I didn't buy her when she was hanging out at my local GameStop for a month. Lawson, I don't mind the Wonder Woman head sculpt. I think she's a good looking figure. That said, finding a new head for her wouldn't have been too difficult. I've seen a number of good looking Wonder Woman heads. Jibru, Todd needs to do more re-releases in general. Wonder Woman, Power Girl, Supergirl, The Question. Yeah. Lawson, I think Serpentor is one of the figures that needs to be released as much as Wonder Woman. I think this thumbnail nails it. Thank you. I was trying to think like which ones, but Serpentor, I feel like is the biggest re-release need for basically any line. Serpentor is a major character in G.I. Joe, and figure was so good. The Air Chariot, I mean, they just need to re-release him straight up. Don't do him on a retro card so he doesn't have the chariot. I know he doesn't have it all the time, but it's such a big point to him. And he just looks cool in the display, actually on his Air Chariot. So we need that for sure. For everybody who missed it. Superpower Cyborg needs a re-release. I missed out on him. Yeah, I mean, you hate when the new stuff, it already needs a re-release. Brian P. Marvel Legends needs to re-release that Iron Patriot. They need to re-release the whole Cabal 3-pack. Also, Bastion, put him in a wave with Shard, Implate, Ahab, Ruby Summers, and Trevor Fitzroy. I mean, they've definitely gone past the point where, oh man, we can't re-release a HasLab figure. And Bastion was in X-Men 97, so perfect excuse to get him back out there too. Monster Forces Kill Warg needs a re-release. I need that one, says Lawson. G-Brew, the 40th Venom could definitely use a re-release. I don't remember which one that one was. Steak Juice. McFarlane could re-release each figure for the Justice League, then hit us with the Wonder Twins before his license is up. Which would we activate though? Joe Dye said Marvel Legends Retro Quicksilver, but with blue instead of green. Hey, we don't have that look, do we? Yeah, we do need that. I'm surprised we got She-Hulk in her Fantastic Four alternate look that was a no-brainer, and we still haven't gotten Quicksilver yet with that one. I know we have him in the Failing Matters pack, but he's got a huge melon head. We need that really great head sculpt from the green one. David Thanos, based on the track record, it looks like we're going to get Serpentor retro card. Bad I didn't put this up before Ryan Daly left. He could have confirmed it for us. Eric, Snow Job should be re-released for sure, since the Snowcat and Arctic His Tank will be coming out. 100%. So it's like the G.I. Joes, great line. They're the ones that need to re-release some figures to people. Serpentor is a straight up re-release. I think they could get away putting Snow Job on a retro card, going with those classic colors. And I think as long as he comes with the skis, the backpack, the poles, and a gun, he's okay. I mean, we don't need all the stuff in the deluxe one. That's great, but I feel like we need that retro look for everybody who missed out on him. And you're dead on. We got a Snowcat HasLab coming next year. We got an Arctic His Tank coming next year. We need one of our main Snow Joes in the mix for everyone who missed them. Sean R. Hey, everyone just dropped in. What up, Sean? Hope they bring back the retro beats. It's crazy they go for like 100 now on the aftermarket. The retro Venom will be appreciated too. Which retro beast are we talking about? Lawson. Snow Job needs a re-release. Big time. Yes. The Watcher. Marvel Legends Angela is one of those I'd like re-release. She's a really good figure too. So yeah. David Thanos. They should re-release Target Black Widow. I feel like we're not going to see that one for a second just because they've got that comic book cover gray version of her. And I think if they didn't do that, we'd probably see her sooner. Wonder how long that's going to take now. Saw McFarlane re-release some figures someone posted. Is this a sign of a change of heart from McFarlane? Is he warming up to reissues? Hopefully. See, it's funny because I feel like McFarlane gets so much just scorn and derision for all the various repaints of figures he puts out. But yes, where is this now? I thought Entertainment Earth had that set up really easily. For the toys. So let's see. Let's go to DC. There we go. Oh, it looks like they might be sold out. Let's do this so you all can see what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Oh, there it goes. So, New 52 Superman, still in rotation. Then Red Lantern Green, Guy Gardner, and this really odd Mr. Terrific Red Platinum, and the 1989 Platinum edition of Batman back out there for everybody who missed them. So they are still available, and their prices did not change, or did they change? It's hard to remember now. I think they were $34 though. I think that was the price. Let me know if I was incorrect though. All right, now let's go to everybody in the chat. Let's get back to it here. Okay. There we go. Here we go. All right, Jamelin. Speaking of Wonder Woman, I wanted to reissue that multiverse one, but at this point, I want that head from the Godzilla set on the classic bodies as a single release. Yeah, that Godzilla head sculpt for Wonder Woman is really nicely done. Stanley, yet no classified restocks. I mean, they've done restocks, and it more so from the retro line. They've I don't say fix. They put out some other versions of characters like the Viper, Flint, Cobra Commander, Rock and Roll, Snake Eyes, Stalker. Man, they've done that. It's just there are some major ones they need to re-release out there for sure. Method of Madness. Yeah, I have Walmart Plus. Those Sons of Black Series Stormtroopers warming pegs are $10 now. Best time for troop building. Oh man, you're absolutely right. Gosh, and spend $100 right now for them. Lawson. Boom. With the Max Hulk misstep. I love to see the 80th Hulk and Wolverine 2-pack get a re-release. It's 2018, but both figures are still great. I kind of think I'd rather see them do a true version of Hulk. Maybe they put him in the Gamerverse setup where he's got all that articulation that we really need, and at least 2 head sculpts that make sense. And yeah, just a little bit bigger. I feel like the ones we have are okay, but I don't want him to line up next to Juggernaut and look like a chump. King Collector. My local Walmart didn't even sell G.I. Joe Classified anymore. I did see Scarecrow in there Monday. That reminds me, I still need to track down old Scarecrow. Lefty. I need Clea from the Mindless One Way to complete the bath. Glad they were coming back with Power Princess. I didn't realize she was hard to get. Anybody seen Clea? Method. Past the math. Can the standard MCU Hulk get a re-release? Lots of people need him. Excalibur and OG X-Force 3-packs are welcome too, since those teams are complete. Almost. Farrell hasn't gotten out to us yet, but we're close. Speaking mostly, I did get Power Princess when she was first released. I did order the Captain America. Nice. Warbird is still available on Big Bad Toy Store. Nice. Yes, Stanley. Absolutely. We definitely said Snow Job needs to get back out there. John Morrison, I need the Cabal 3-pack to be re-released. I slept on it because I already had at least one version of all 3 characters, but I've been regretting that decision ever since. Man, so much the same. It was like no other pack they've done except for that Punisher and Bushwhacker set is sold out. They've just sit there for years, and I don't know why that one was so special. It was like, sorry, because I had no reason to think it was going to be, you're never going to see this set again. It's crazy, but they do need to re-release that one. Plus the Zartan Deluxe is all about the villains. I wouldn't mind the retro one because I have the deluxe. I've got the original one. I wouldn't mind seeing the blue Sunbow version. So Zartan's another one I want too. Retro Robo. My most wanted re-releases would be all the Marvel Army builders, Marvel Army builders like AIM and Hydra Troopers. I'd also love another chance at the Hellfire Club set. There you go. The Hellfire Club guards are really fun too. Lomo musician. I really wish Hasbro would release that Hellfire Club set. I hate that I missed it. Loston re-releases are good. Getting that Grimlock and Wheelie with the proper colors on the second go round made me so happy. Thanks to you, I scooped that set up. Happy to help. Excuse me. The Massverse 87 movie Beast was my pick for a figure that needs a re-release. Gotcha. I'm trying to remember what that one, what that one looked like. Oh, bro, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right. I would love to see the Claw re-release. I pre-ordered two, but they got canceled, so I never got them. I spoke to customer service and they just said they were sold out. Yeah, their customer service is kind of shaky. And yeah, I hope you can get another crack at the Claw. It's really fun. Lefty, just order, run them up. I wish I didn't sell them a few years back, so I had to spin the block to get them back. Snake Eyes, I want Hasbro to re-release Phantom X. Speaking mostly, Nemesis Enforcer re-release. Yeah, he's one that I really think they need to, simply because they've doubled down on Cobra Law. We got Pythona, got the Royal Guard coming. We know Globulus is coming at some point. So yeah, Nemesis Enforcer for sure needs to get back out there to everybody. Feels good. Yeah. What's up? Feels good. Need T-Mac to re-release Captain Carrot. Man, I didn't realize he was hard to find too. It's really interesting, of course, when you're not looking for something, seeing what everybody else actually wants and still needs to track down. I had no idea he was a hard to find figure, and I have spelled Captain Carrot wrong. It's really weird. Let's see. Here's what I could do. Just look to McFarlane. They don't even have it on the Big Bad Toy Store. Okay. I was trying to see if I can find them for you. Lawson, it's almost like they didn't want to upset the people. They're trying to sell their original 80s Cyborg for 4 figures. Right. I would love a Red Death re-release for McFarlane. I didn't realize these McFarlane figures are hard to get. Speaking mostly, I need a Thor, Good Hulk, and Rogues. So re-release for those characters. Maximum Hulk. Not gonna buy that. All right. Energy. Marvel Legends Comic Guardians of the Galaxy box set needs a re-release, or even better, a redo. I think you would rather get a redo. Not like the Star-Lord and Rocket. I think they're really good. But we need Groot clothed. He's not running around bucktail nude. Like my guy was saying about the Hulk in Avengers. Groot needs his outfit. So we need that. And I'd really love them to finish off the DNA squad of Guardians. The team isn't so massive. I think they could do like a 4 or 5 pack and get most of them done. 5 of course. And let's get Mantis, who still needs both versions, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers version. But let's go with that. Jack Flag, let's get him. Got Adam Warlock now. But, you know, we could use a new one on the non-Bucky Cap mold. Let's hold off on him. Bug, probably not going to happen, even though I think he'd make for a really great figure. And then let's see, who else could we possibly get? Gamora could use a different outfit. I mean, yeah, box set, and then Groot. So we could do that. I would like that. John Morrissey, shouldn't all army builders be evergreen? Yes. I don't know why. They just don't keep them on the site. A lot of people can't afford to buy an army all at once, but an army could develop slowly on my shelf with a figure. Yes, I'm with you. For sure. It makes no sense for them to be like gone. Like, sorry, we can't get any more stormtroopers. What? No sense. Rick Cage, Imperial troops are 99.9% done for me. Yet, Warhammer Ninja Turtles G.I. Joe 3.75 and relatively priced for smaller is better. It's the same 6-inch for scale purposes. Next to Voltron Megatron. All right, good deal. Pixelated poses. I'd like to see Mezco re-release some figures like their Doctor Strange and Deluxe Tiger Stripe Wolverine. What's up, by the way, Pixelated Poses? They did, and I'm glad that they re-released Mindbender for everybody. AJ, I wish they would re-release some of those rider figures. We haven't seen a Johnny Blaze with his bike in years. And I love that World War II cap. Well, we did get Professor X, so maybe they're considering that. So does this mean we can get an Atlas re-released on the HasLab Giant Man body? I don't have the space for another giant, but I feel like he is an ideal made to order figure along with Goliath, Goliath 2. Like, yeah, I mean, we said Atlas, but yeah, there's in Black Goliath. They don't need to be as tall as Giant Man, but they could just be, a little bit taller than your standard deluxe figure. So I don't need Blob being able to look eye to eye with my Goliath figure. But if he's like, taller than him, that's what I'm looking for. I don't need him to be, got to put him on his knee to sit in the shelf scale. Lawson, Skrulls, AIM, Hydra and Shield agents need re-releases. Yes. Jamelin, I kind of disagree with the straight re-release of Serpentor. He would be an exclusive and likely sell out again. If they do a stripped down retro, he would probably be more available. You're right on that. I just wonder for people, I guess if it's a choice between getting a fair shot at getting Serpentor without the air chariot or having an impossible chance to not get him again, I think they probably choose to get that retro version. But they are putting these figures on other retailers like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store. I feel like it would really help them if Amazon got on board. So yeah, maybe if they did it that way, they could work out. Retro Robo. I would love to get another color change Zartan. Was that the Comic-Con release, Jeff? I feel like maybe that was a New York Toy Fair or the Hasbro Pulse one. I think it was a Hasbro Pulse one. So, guys, I need Figma to re-release all the Persona characters because I only got Joker and Queen, but I need all the rest of them. Cool. Pixelated poses. Yes. Where are those Hydra and Shield troop builders? Yes. Especially since they did another 3-pack of Shield characters. Re-release the Hordes. Hellfire Club Guards, AIM, Scientists, Hydra troops, Shield agents, and definitely, yes, Rick Cage. Keep them coming. Lawson, I love a Gamerverse Hulk if it was actually good. I gotta hope that they will. He was San Diego Comic Con? Wow, thank you, Lefty. I don't know why I said New York Toy Fair. Maybe I thought it's Pulse. DJ Jedi. Oh, we're doing reissues now? Yes, sir. A few I like to see: Doom, Iron Patriot, Taskmaster 3-pack, SPDR, and the Retro Apocalypse, both the Build-A-Figure colors. Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah, I was looking for Cleo for a while too. No avail. She sought out fairly quick. I had no idea. Man, I feel like I saw Cleo around a lot. Interesting. I will put that down in my mental note to see if I happen to stumble across her later. Dark 1997. Jeff, the DC Multiverse, odd Mr. Terrific. Lucas from the Justice League Action Show. Thank you. I had no idea what that was from. Lawson, I love to see that classic Power Man get a re-release, but this time with the yellow under the arms and with the waist that can actually move. Yeah. That was disappointing. Brian P. The bad thing is if they did re-release a Cabal 3-pack, it would now probably be $80. What was it back then? Because that's still the sad thing is that's cheaper, right? Oh boy. Because what are you, $27 a figure now? All about the villains. Range Viper. Yes. Snow Job. Cobra Claws. Absolutely on the Range Viper. I got 2 and want more. Speaking moistly. Alpha Flight pack re-release for us Canucks. I'm trying to think. Well, I would like to see a better version of Guardian, but the Alpha Flight figures were really well done. Maurice wants a man. Cobra Commander needs a re-release too. Yeah, I kind of feel like if they were really popular a few years back and you're continuing on with the theme of characters associated with those two, you need to put them back in rotation just for everybody. Maybe people just started collecting them in 2025 and had no idea Nemesis Enforcer and Once Man Cobra Commander were out. So yeah, should get those. Re-release G.I. Joe Classified Snow Job. I feel like he is the number one winner for people to want here in the chat. King Collector. Hopefully that Giant Man HasLab gets a re-release. I still can't remember how I missed that thing. It was the cheapest HasLab. I don't know what happened. You were watching this show. I was just like, get Giant Man. I was ridiculous with it. Yeah, I was so happy they made him. And I was like, oh no, we're not going to get him now. I've been talking all this and like, oh, we need a HasLab Giant Man. And then it was like, fortunately, the last few days we got across the finish line. Wonder how much he is now. Let's see. I don't know why I'm just scouring eBay for their marked up prices on stuff these days or tonight. There we go. Oh boy. It's like this. Wow. So I did this on eBay and this must be insane. No exact matches found. Like, really? That's what we're doing right now? Gosh, I mean, that means everyone who has one is trying to come up with them. Rick Cage, Classified Steel Core, Marvel Legends Angel need a re-release. Angel's a tricky one because he has so many more outfits that they still need to do. Like, they could do that same figure and just instead of red, give him that blue paint job, or give him that almost same look and give him the yellow gloves, or they give him the X Factor look. Wow. There you go. Right. I'm going the wrong way. There you go. Yeah, that version. We need him. Absolutely. Lefty. Hasbro customer service has been good to me. Miss email that said my card expired and they canceled my Mephisto and Bestman Vader Luke orders. I emailed them and they reactivated my order. Whew. You must have talked to a good customer service rep. I had that issue with my Emma Frost. And they're like, sorry. I don't have anything else to do with you. Hey, G, just check my email and every Marvel Legends order I made in the last couple of months is trying to charge. What the heck? Where did you order yours from? Eric T, you're right. They did re-release Scooter Deadpool when the movie came out also. Absolutely. Good one. Dog Avenger. Yeah, I need a Mezco Daredevil and would love another shot at their mutant figures. Has Mezco re-released anything or do they just do like a souped up version? Pixelated poses, I agree. The old HasLab should have been released as made to order. Maybe then don't come with the extras the way the HasLab still is unique and has some value. I think in terms of I feel like you're not gonna get it. Well, we've kind of seen that sorta with the Sentinel. They've made the made to order X-Men 97 Sentinels. So if you missed out on the HasLab, not quite the same thing, but you've got a better clunky version, like the old school versions of them. Then you kind of have a Galactus from the First Steps Titan series version. And then Hot Toys did one as well. So there you go. I think they did it made to order Goliath. So, because Hank's got 1,000,002 costume variations of that. And if you were 17, 18 inches, that way I'm trying to remember what this, I think the HasLab version was 20 inches. So maybe if you make a made to order 14-inch Giant Man, Goliath, whatever different looks for him you wanted, I think that would work without making people who got the HasLab version upset. I don't care if stuff gets re-released and I've already bought. I want everybody to get a fair shot at stuff. But I wonder if they would go that route for HasLabs because their thing would be, well, everybody got a fair shot at it. Henry G. Oh, be happy to see a re-release of the Figure Arts Pokemon figures, or even the Figma Red Pokemon set. Are they really hard to track down? Figma Overwatch figures. Those look cool. DJ Jedi lost in 100% cosign on that Luke Cage with proper paint and ab crunch. Same for that old man Spider-Man. Maurice, what's up? The Centurions, please bring back Power Extreme. Stream. Pulse Con. All right, I thought it was not Comic Con. Mezco 112 needs to reissue Doctor Doom. Creighton. Russia Robo also need to track down that Pyro and Rogue 2-pack, so re-release would be great. Oh, I wonder how much they are in the aftermarket. If you can find them. Maybe it's just something going on with eBay right now, because that was not showing up either. And I know they're different. Ugh. I just did a real generic search since nothing was showing up. It's not a great price. It might be the price they sell it for now. $77.48. We'll buy it now, free delivery. This feels like that would be the price. Pyro's $47.50. The Rogue is, I didn't need that Rogue, but $30 for him, that's not awful. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think Pyro is the real attraction here. So you can see Rogue is much cheaper on that front. 23. This one's being bidded on heavily. Maybe you can find it if you just kind of keep an eye out for it without having to break the bank. Jalen, I think the Pulse Marvel Army Builder should rotate in and out. It should always be one. Yeah, I mean, just keep something out there for people. Fleecy, my re-release dreams came true. Got the Gladiator 2-pack, never had them. Also ordered Warbird and Power Princess this week. Nice. So you cracked up pretty well on those. Hearing G, same thing happened to me, Lefty, but I never got an email. And furthermore, why were they even trying to charge? The time mine was canceled. Nothing was in stock. Seems Pulse is doing these random authorizations now. Yes, not a fan of those. Excuse me. Mezco Pyramid Head release. It's Snake Eyes. G-Brew. Second eBay Giant Man. $3.99. Yikes. It's not great. I would love Mezco to re-release their first Conan and Doctor Doom by Crom. Also, Mezco Captain America. Fleecy. I would love an X-Force Deadpool. I think they've done 2 of him. I wonder if they would crack him out again. Lawson. Would also love Mezco to re-release their 2012 Mars Attack Martians, the best versions of the Martians. Recage, they won't. But it'd be nice if 4 Horsemen Studios re-release Hera Serpent Spire. Hopefully I didn't butcher that all the way. All about the villains. They could do a Yellow Jacket 6-inch and 24-inch. We need to get a Yellow Jacket first. Speaking mostly, Valverse Kill Switch re-release. Kill Switch is a great figure. Hopefully he'll put them back out for you. 4 Horsemen are good about re-releases. It might take 2 years, but they do re-release their figures, usually with updates. There you go. Jalen, would I be interested in a Goliath, Atlas, etc.? Done on an old? No. Gosh, no. Absolutely no. I have that Goliath in that old Legends base, and his articulation is so frustrating. I need butterfly shoulders. I need him to pose. The ball joint hips on those old figures is not great. So yeah, I mean, I feel like they could crank out enough figures using a Goliath mold, just plain blank body, and they can add on elements as needed for Atlas, for Black Goliath, that they could get their money's worth out of that mold. So they just need to redesign a whole new thing for them. Maurice, Hasbro, please, more Clone Commando action figures. Thank you for the shout out. Lyles, you rock, sir. Thank you. But don't be so formal. You can call me Jeffrey. It's fine. That Rogue and Pyro 2-pack goes for around $80 on Amazon last I saw. I keep putting off getting it. I believe that is not, because I feel like the Uncanny Avengers Rogue has long sleeves. Oh, Method and Madness. Now I know you're gonna get a lot of support on that one. I'm begging NECA to re-release Elisa from the Gargoyles line. Getting her as Xanatos at a reasonable price would be a godsend. Yeah, that book is awful. Doc Avenger. Me too. They're saying Dr. Fate would come sooner. Let's go, right? It would be. See you, G Brew. I need to get out of here too. I gotta get up super early tomorrow. Henry G. Hey Jeff, did the Comic Con Anakin and Obi-Wan dual set come with an Anakin head with Sith eyes? Yes. Do you agree that set should have been labeled Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan? He technically was Vader at that point. Guess. I guess. I mean, you know, if you wanted to. I'm not upset with it. But yeah, I was a big fan of that. You all will for sure see that pack when I go through my top 10s of the year. But yeah, I like it. It's a really solid set. All right, it is after 10, and as usual, talked so much. But time to wrap this bad boy up. Again, it's been a crazy week, so I will do our episode where we do our giveaways real soon. I like the idea of him as Vader before the armor. Dope. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I got Pyro 2-pack. It was a must have. I got him from GameStop. Just curious on the 12-inch. Maybe they could retool the new Sentinel. That price though. Yikes. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like the blank book should be cheaper, and they don't need to do that much stuff with it. There are no fancy bells and whistles. They don't need to do a lot of sculpting on the costume. Just leave it up to the paint if you can keep it relatively cheap. Maybe like 150. The made to order figures weren't that expensive. I understood why the Sentinels were, but we don't need that for a Giant Man figure. All right, so that is it for me. Thank you all, as always, for dealing with me and my nose, which has gotten so stopped up over the course of these 2 hours. So thank you. I'll be back on Wednesday with the crew for another edition of Lyle's Movie Files. And if anything cool happens in the interim between now and next Thursday, of course, I'll be doing a video and posting any links and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But for now, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.